relationships, cultural communication, coming to grips with all the people of different colors in the world. And I hear us talking about the universe is our classroom, is our place.
I see healing happening. I see people being rejuvenated and finding out things about themselves that they never had any idea.
Personally, it's been a journey just this last year, moving from being an observer in my community to a full-on participant in my community, and that's what education has given me. You know, it's given me tools, it's given me self-confidence, it's given me a new network of peers who are actively thinking about things and exposure to all sorts of different ideas.
The Indigenization Project has been a really big part of our ASP experience, and the goal of the Indigenization Project really is that every student, every Aboriginal student that comes into Camosun is going to see her world reflected in his or her education. The other big shift that we want Indigenization to make is we want non-Indigenous people to be prepared with ways of seeing, ways of knowing, ways of doing that will enable true relationship building. We need to be able for everyone to see it as a plus.
I feel so strongly about the relationships that we need to build, not just so they understand us as Aboriginal people, that we also in turn understand them. There has to be a real understanding of each other, a real coming together of each other on a deep level.
So key in the Indigenization Project is empowerment for Aboriginal students, relationship for everybody.
Getting out of the classroom, interacting with different parts of the community, real life exposure, real experiences, those have done a lot for me and a lot of people in our class and a lot of non-Indigenous people in our class.
We are building community members, and we're not going to do that only by reading about community. We're going to do that by walking in community, and I see the impact that it has on students in personal development, in community development, in skills acquisition, and in knowing what they're getting into as they move into their work. If we didn't have strong and talented and loving teachers, none of this would work.
All my classes at Camosun have had that uniquely talented facilitator that gets the group to interact, gets them to communicate honestly. You know, the facilitator sets the level of honesty, sets the level of sharing, and our facilitator, you know, opened up, created that trust. So it made us all open up and share our, you know, some of our deepest feelings in that circle.
Sometimes it seems like students get taller. They're here and they seem this high, and then somehow in a year or two they seem physically taller because they're walking stronger and straighter and with more confidence and purpose.
I had the fortunate opportunity to attend the Camosun College Awards, and I was kind of amazed at what I saw there and all the different kinds of awards, you know, that are given. And I think that's so important because for my people, gifts are very important. We have to understand our gifts. We have to know what they are. We have to take care of those gifts. We have to nourish them. And the reason being is we have to share them. And so often the young people are not even aware of how beautiful they are and what beautiful gifts they have. And if they don't know what they are, how are they going to share that with their people, you know? And so I think that awards acknowledging and recognizing people for their work, not only their work, but to acknowledge and recognize that they're there with these gifts with their people. So I think awards are terribly important, you know.
And I think that a lot of Aboriginal people, First Nations people, they are still carrying a lot of pain, right? A lot of pain. And there's that voice inside that says you're not good enough, right? And you know, that voice held me back for a long time. And it's still, you know, I still have that voice, and I still hear it. It's quieter now, and it's gifts and recognition and validation and things like award ceremonies that quiet that voice down more, and it says, no, you are good enough. You know, you're worth something. You've accomplished these things. All these people in this room are watching you. They know it. You know, they're acknowledging it and validating it.
Sometimes we look at education, it's just what paper did you write, how did you score on such and such test, and at ceremonies we get to hear about what's happening in the students' lives and how their learning is impacting them and their family and their community. We're seeing more and more as we're building more relationship and having the capacity to say, you belong here and you're important. We've got elders teaching us as staff and faculty all the time, as well as supporting students. It enables us to be more authentic, to be more connected.
There's a bit more cultural knowledge. Camosun students have that little bit more because of the guidance and the work that we do with elders here at Camosun.
We want students, regardless of what program they go into, to be able to come out of here saying, what I learned was relevant, it matters to me, it can be applied in my community, it's going to enable me to walk in a better way in my life, in my community, with my family, and with my own dreams.
I just feel like I can do anything now. I know where I can fit in. I know what I can do. And I know there's no limits now.
The more we find those beautiful and innovative ways of including people, the better off we'll be, the more we'll move. And we are doing that. We are doing that.